Hey Brickmaniacs, it is Lando here, and today Cody is joining us with his all-new Chaffee tank. M24 Chaffee? Yes.
Yes.
With the new box.
The C is silent.
The C is Chaffee.
Chaffee.
I don't think that's true.
That's not true.
The new box.
New box cover. How cool
Slick.
is that? Well, it's not really new anymore because last week we had it.
It's pretty dang new, man.
It's pretty dang new, but it is new on the website because you can't see the thing we had last week because it's gone. So, still kind of new.
This is here right now.
Yes, so continuing on with our cool box covers with a cool angle, so it's no longer a side profile, it's a front.
It's like
view
cool
profile.
And that might change a little bit depending on the model. So
yeah, whichever angle looks coolest. Don't worry
the
about
rule
it.
of cool, man.
We'll figure it out.
What's up, man? What's going on?
All right, so we have the M24 Chaffee. This is, so originally when I started designing it, I more or less copied what Dan had and just updated the turret. And Dan was like, what are you doing? Just rebuild it. I was like, okay, I'll just redesign the whole thing.
What are you doing, Cody?
So, pretty much redesign of the entire thing. I think the original had single wide tracks. I put 1.5 wide tracks on this one. I think I don't really remember.
That front end is a substantial overhaul.
Yeah, so, and that's basically what it was. I updated the turret and then I took it from there down and just redid everything. So I created more of a sloped frontal armor. Looks a little more like the real thing because it comes up to a point. Hatches are kind of off to the sides. It's pretty goofy, but it looks cool.
Yeah.
And it's a fun connection when you figure it out. Anyways, you probably want to know a tidbit of history.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
So this is a later war light tank, an American light tank. When we entered the war, we had the Stuart as our light tank, and it had a 37mm gun, and that was a little underpowered compared to the Axis tanks that it was going up against in North Africa. So this was developed during 1943. It was entered into service 1944, 1945, pretty much for the rest of the war, replacing the Stuart wherever it could. So it did see service in the Battle of the Bulge, also saw service in the Korean War and in Vietnam.
Wow.
And its chassis is sort of based off of the same torsion suspension as the M18 Hellcat, which we released a kit of that a couple months ago? Yeah. I think it was a couple months ago. So you can see that it looks really similar to the M18 Hellcat chassis and dimensionally. I did update the wheels, stretching a tire over those 2x2 plates with my fun orange cone. The
fun orange cone, which is included in the kit, right?
Yes, it's included in the kit.
Orange cone.
So you get a free orange cone for, I don't know, I guess. Yes. If you buy enough of these kits, then you can have an army of cones, and you can mark off your tanks on the roads.
Certified Brickmania cone.
The military police can lay out some orange cones for travel.
Includes orange cone.
Whatever construction.
But yeah, that does create a really awesome look for those wheels to get that road wheel over that 2x2 plate.
And it's the proper color too. Matches the same color of the tank. You don't have a light bluish gray wheel hub in place of that, so creates a nice low profile tire, correct color wheel, and then the drive wheel in the front there. So it has a 75mm gun as its main gun, and that is a derivative of what the Sherman had. So one of the requirements for this new light tank, as opposed to having a 37mm gun that the Stuart had, and later there was a variant of the Stuart that had a 75mm gun that was an M8 Scott that we had a couple of years ago. Dan made that. It's just a weird snub-nosed thing, but it ended up so much room in the turret, they just figured, well, let's just design a new tank entirely. And so it is a variant of the same gun used in the Sherman, although it is a lighter weight, different recoil, thinner walls on the barrel, I think it was. Which
we have represented here with the Brick Arms barrel.
Right. And it was a version that was used in the B-25H bomber. It had the 75mm sticking out the nose. That's so awesome. It's kind of an aircraft gun. I don't know. It's a lighter weight. That's why they picked that to be in a lighter tank, because the requirement was that it was 20 tons. Okay. So it fits well. Along with that, it has a coaxial machine gun, 30 caliber. Hull gun down here, 30 caliber.
I see it's bristling.
Represented there.
Yeah.
And it works. You do get some elevation and depression out of it, a little bit. Well, not really depression. You get a little bit of elevation out of it. It's close. But I think it's a pretty cool representation of that, as well as a Brick Arms M2HB on top for anti-aircraft.
Yeah.
And a hatch on top for the commander to stick out of.
There's quite a lot of firepower for a light tank. So.
It is, and it saw service up to the 60s.
Yeah, wow. Obviously effective in World War II up to later on.
We actually got to see one of these at Tank Farm.
Yeah.
Drive around, that was cool.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, right on.
So printed parts, printed white star on either side of the turret, and we have a sticker on the front, and that's untransparent.
Yeah, nice transparent sticker. So looks slick.
Yeah.
Also, fully 360 printed minifigure. This one's a nice, simple, gun tank commander, decked out in later World War II gear. You have that tanker jacket with a nice simulated fabric texture all around that. And debuting in this kit, I have an all-new pistol holster. Really cool pistol holster. The old pistol holster artwork I thought was decent, and we've used it for many years. I just thought it was time for an update. Yeah. So it's some subtle textures on the leather on the pistol holster. And then just kind of special for this kit, I threw in some sweetheart grips on that M1911 pistol. Every once in a while you'd see soldiers in the field swap out their issue pistol grips. They'd replace it with acrylic pieces that they'd maybe get made in the field or something. And they put photographs of like their loved ones or something behind those clear acrylic grips. So
and you have a tiny minifigure face in there.
Yes, if you zoom in, you can kind of make it out. So maybe you have to use your imagination a bit, but it is there. It is there. It's kind of a funny detail. Moving down, yeah, just the service boots and yeah, got some new face as well.
Yeah. Cool. So that's a full 360 printed minifigure in this Chaffee. So it is an update overall, because I think the original Chaffee just had a front and back torso printed guy. Yeah. No other printed elements. So you get, this is quite a deluxe package for a small light tank like this.
Yeah.
So as far as I know, that's the M24 Chaffee.
Cool. Well, you heard it here. It's the M24 Chaffee designed by Cody O'Sell. For more information, please check out brickmania.com. Thanks for watching.